Take a one-off as our
Wait, did we
Valent
start?
rogue. Yeah, I just you fucking murder him.
Did you really answer that? Did you really just?
Ooh, it was a double up. It was a 2-for-1.
It's actually professional courtesy that was ground into me in 5 years of radio. It's not my fault. It's a little my fault.
I mean, I
for being in
admire
radio
it.
for
Yeah.
5 years. Sick self-burn. All right. So, but we're doing a one-off as our rogue player doesn't want to miss the killing of the king or the overthrowing or whatever happens with that. So, just devised a little one-off.
TPK.
TPK. It's gonna be a TPK. Let's face it.
You gotta be there for the TBK.
I mean, it's not fair to kill you without everybody there. And then what are you gonna do? Have one live character when he wasn't there? I mean, come on. All right, so but we're doing a one-off, and so to give this just a little bit of a jumpstart backstory, I've got a little bit written to kind of get us into the mood and the city of where we're going to be. It's one of the cities that we visited before. It is a city of Menestros. Menestros is the center of the Saramor Empire. It's a city that the main party has been to before. In this city, they found... they mainly stayed in one district, the entertainment district, which was composed of 3 different like theater houses that were all kind of going through this backhanded war sort of thing between each other that turned out to be fueled by the corrupting influence of some succubi and an incubi. But other than that, they had to get going onto their journey before they'd explore most of the city. This story takes place inside of Menestros, and for this, I will be actually playing an actual character. And so, for the setup of this...
Congratulations!
Woo! Thank you. Super excited. To the start of this, though, each of you has kind of received... So, I'm kind of going to play it a little more into the dark and build as we go. So there's some things that only your guys' character knows, as far as, the letters and different things. So for now... you guys can't see each other's character sheets, but as you guys get to know each other, and depending on what happens, I'll reveal things as we go. This is going to be a little less... should be pretty fun. And the best thing is, if I screwed up too badly, we can just end this game. So, not too worried about it.
TBK.
TBK. There's also TDGAF. Team Don't Give a Fuck. And we can... All right. But, so for this, we're going to start kind of inside of... so as the city of Menestros is kind of coming to a rest for the night, the sun has gone down, and we're going to open up the scene where 2 of the city's guard and investigators in charge of the magical crimes, basically, they are in charge of keeping track of anything that happens as far as any magical, theft, murder, any just crimes in general that have to do where magic is involved. These 2 have been assigned to this case. We open on... they are sitting down and having a meal inside of the barracks.
I got a black screen. Am I supposed to have a black screen?
Nope. Can everybody else see?
Black screen.
I also have a black screen.
TJ, can you see now?
Hey, there we go.
Worst episode of Law and Order I've ever seen.
It's the best episode of Law & Order you've seen.
To be fair, some of them do start with black screens.
That is fair.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the double check, but I'll go ahead and it's on here.
You've killed.
Not
Dick
black.
Alright, I think everybody should see here.
I
Second.
can seize it.
I have a vision.
Alright, and then Brandon. can you see?
Hey.
Let's make it so you see. Perfect. Alright, so everybody can see now?
Yep.
Alright, so
Hi.
sitting down to dinner are the 2 main people in charge of this unit, especially during the nighttime. Sitting at the table is a drow. He's dressed in mainly black robes with purple accents, and he wears a gold badge that holds up his cloak. He's got a few piercings on his right ear, and he's sitting down and talking to... Go ahead and describe your character.
He sits across from the table. Sits Askai Nix, a tiefling monk who has been a member of the force for years and recently gotten promoted to investigator. He's a little green as far as these things go. and this is like his first case.
And and so this is one of their like only the probably second or third time that they've sat down and had a meal. But Meraxiador is my character's name. Does not have a last name, and he's been with the. You would know this, Askai. He's been with the unit for about 30 years, and in that time, people have rotated into and out of the unit. Mainly, they stick him with rookies who eventually take day shift, or they stick him with people who aren't actually interested in being there. So he's very used to the cycling out, but he enjoys the company while he has it. As they're sitting down there, they both have just some, there's been like stew prepared for him by one of the. They still have a chef during the night shift that makes. So they're sitting down to this nice kind of. Stew. It's made of chicken, and it's just like this nice thick stew, and it's got broccoli and chicken and stuff. Highly salted.
So thick. Thick and salty.
Yes. Just curious. What do you have any interest in staying here? Or is this just a pit stop for you?
No, it's been so long since I started. I don't really have a plan.
It's all right. Well, hopefully it'll kind of catch your interest. I don't know much about your Sky, other than what I was told by my superiors, but just why'd you get into this?
Well, I mean, I've always been strong. I figure if you're strong, it's somewhat up to you to go out and do what's right. So the guard sounds like an easy way to do that.
No, I can't help but notice that you are a tiefling. Look rather less hellish than most. Is there anything that I should be warned about as far as prejudice towards you? I know it's quite a lot against me. It's always nice to have somebody if they're more inclined.
I mean, if it pops up, it pops up. But yeah, most people are all right. At least in Menestros.
Excellent. This definitely has changed the city, especially this bit. And then as they're talking, in walks one of the guards in full armor. He has brown hair. It's kind of shoulder length, kind of frames around his face, covering his ears, and then he has just a kind of a close-shorn, very nautical kind of beard. Riker-esque.
Decorative and nautical.
Decorative and nautical. He walks in, and then you recognize this character as Bradley Arcern. He's one of the people who you shared a beat with before you got promoted. As he walks in, he's like, Sky, nice to see you.
How's it going?
Oh, so far so good, can't complain. Just here to drop this off, and he kind of tosses down like it's a large envelope that has a wax seal on it. Tosses it on the table saying, they said deliver it to the division, so whichever one of you wants it.
I reach out for it, put my hand on it, and then slide it towards Meraxiador.
Meraxiador nods and then slides it back to you. Let's take this. Alright, so I'm gonna go to bed. See you, how's the night shift been, Sky?
Yeah, not so bad. How are the streets? Anything we should be aware of?
Just some weird spat between the, Oh, it's weird. The theaters, got into it, and, one burned down a little bit, but, seems to be okay now.
It burned down a little bit, huh?
It was
That's
say, theater people.
They do burn things down.
I don't know. They're rebuilding it. It's the Rattling Saber should be up and is already back in action. Apparently, some people are just passing through and decided to help them rebuild. So it should be up next day or two. They're almost ready to open. So
they sound like some stand-up people.
I hear the stand-ups on Tuesdays. And he kind of heads back before you can say anything.
That's the thing about Bradley. He doesn't have a brain for being not Bradley, you know?
I can definitely see why he was too well.
You said he passed the envelope back to me?
He did.
Okay, then I pull it and cut it open. Let's see what we have. Then,
as you open it up, it just says... It says, Lord Bentham Warwick was found dead this morning. His body drained of all fluids and mummified. You've been assigned to the case. So far, what we've been able to... We haven't been able to find much as it happened right at sundown. We just know, from what we hear, there are rumors that he usually gets his meal from the Tipsy Cyclops, and happened in his home. This is all we have, all the information we have at this time, and we were able to bring in some of guests he had in his house. We leave their interrogation to you.
All right, it looks
And
like
it's-
right off the bat we have a murder.
It's signed Dayton Linton.
Does that mean anything to me?
Not really. You just know he's kind of day shift, like the kind of
Little
chief.
date on day shift. Well, it looks like the evening's starting with a bang. We have a murder already. You ever heard of someone drained of all their fluids? Everything?
It's
Mummified on the spot?
spot. Too common. Something we should definitely have a little bit of time to stretch our legs. Definitely magical. It's not going to be sent out after a dog who's just a dog. I swear it's a hell.
Well, do they have some people to interrogate if you'd like to start on that?
Time like the present. Who knows how long they've kept them. And then cut to the three of you. You have not been put into a jail cell. You've been kind of taken and just put into a temporary holding room. And there's beds and things around you, as you can tell. It was normally used for as a sleeping quarters. You've been told that you haven't been charged with anything. It's just you're being held until the investigators come to ask you a few questions. And you're not in any trouble yet. And the investigators will be coming soon. And if you guys want to appeal a little bit or be quiet, we can, whichever you'd prefer. Just let me know.
You were all invited by this Bentham man too, yes?
Yes?
Fucking obviously.
Well, did you know him?
No.
Not really. He had a
Oh.
beautiful library, though.
Oh, go ahead and describe your characters real quick, actually. I'm sorry. Just what they look like for now. Go ahead and start with Jess. Go ahead and start with you.
Razi Triesh is a kobold paladin. She is, forget how old. She's
14.
14. She's 14 years old, but 6 is adulthood, so technically she's an adult. She comes from a faraway land. Her mount is Zahir, a panther. She's definitely a lover, not a fighter. But she basically uses him as pack mule, pack all of hoarded treasures. And she travels the land to vanquish evils. She doesn't quite remember all of her past anymore. She's taken a few too many whacks to the head, but she's very excitable and she's very inquisitive. She likes seeing new things. She's very hard to contain. That's about it.
Perfect. Ollie?
Oops. Accidentally muted myself. Wrong order. So, this is Aerodac Leafhouse. He's a half-elf. Something funny to you, TJ?
I have no idea what you mean.
He is a half-elf with beautiful flowing blonde hair. He's pretty pale. He's awfully windburnt because he went outside for the first time in a few months, because he's a cloistered scholar. He reads a lot. Huge nerd. He loves libraries. And he was actually at the suspect's house because he'd heard from a friend of a friend that he had a pretty amazing, small but well-kept personal library. And honestly, that's pretty much what he does. That's what gets him out of his cloister. He's checking out people's big-ass books.
And then Brandon.
Relin Wonder Trundle?
Yes!
Got her. Got her.
Wonder Trundle!
Wonder Trundle.
Nice Wendell Trundle you got there, bud.
God damn it!
Thank you, bud.
I knew what it was
You
gonna be,
trundle
and
that
it still
wonder
got
over
me.
here, hey pal?
I think the appropriate
I'll wonder
response to
whatever
that is,
Trundle I want to do.
yeah, eyes on your own homework there, but
Just see a ginger ass gnome. Glasses on, white streak about temple going back through the hair. Hair's about shoulder length. He keeps looking over his shoulder and telling somebody to shut the fuck up. That's all you get from him.
somebody.
Oh,
Perfect.
I
so-
forgot
go
to
ahead.
say.
Oh,
Tell you, I'm not talking. Stop telling me to shut the fuck up.
Razi the Kobold is bronze and has copper eyes and worships Bast, the goddess Bast. So that's why her mount is a black panther. And it's also why she's wearing what looks like golden dreadlocks and glass beads for fake hair.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's what her appearance looks like. She's also 3 feet and about 40 pounds sopping wet. You have no idea how she's carrying the long sword or the 55-pound armor she's wearing
And
with the shield.
yeah, her longsword, shield, and plate armor. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and take it from where you were. Sorry.
I was done. You said just describe how they look. I was just describing how
No,
it
no,
looks.
sorry. Go back to RPing.
Yes, RP.
That was you were.
Have you ever been
asking
arrested
questions.
before?
Me never! I am righteous!
Really?
Once or twice.
Outrageous.
I am a shining example of a paladin, I promise you.
Oh, that's right, you're a paladin.
You ever got smashed off of like 5 puppers?
You ever arrested someone?
No, I don't do
That's-
arresting. I vanquish evil foes.
Oh.
This thing's totally gotten smashed off of like 3 puppers before. Just ended up in jail.
Seems like you enjoy every time you have some puppers.
Shut the fuck up.
Give your balls a tongue.
What was that?
Sorry.
I
I'm
hear
sorry. Is
something
that?
nefarious.
I just have to. I have to ask. Is
Sorry,
Ty
what was that
doing?
about?
Is Ty doing a voice
My
for
boss.
something involved
Yes.
with Brandon's character?
Well,
Yes.
I sure am.
All right, then I won't. Then I'll stop saying "give your balls a tongue." Then.
Yeah, you gotta let him do that.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought we were just being goofy. Then I kind of was like, "Oh wait, this is probably a." Anyway, sorry.
Amazing. Huh. She doesn't know
Wendell
what I...
swat at something at his shoulder. Just fuck off.
Careful with that. You might actually hit something for once. Give your
Is
balls a
that a
tug. Figure it out.
familiar? I've read about them, but I've never seen one in person.
He should currently be invisible, so I mean, technically, he's got a telepathic bond. I'm just telling him to shut up out loud because I'm an asshole.
Oh no, he's speaking
Oh, but I
out loud
thought he
because he's
said
an
that.
asshole.
Good.
Oh, I thought you saw a flutter near your shoulder or something.
I was swatting at my shoulder.
Oh,
like,
swatting at your shoulder.
I'm sure Zahir sees him.
What's that?
So here you
look
see
up-
the panther. She kind of turns her head and looks back at you, like, or he turns his head and looks back at you, confused.
I don't think he sees shit, bud.
Well, I mean, he can't see everything, but try.
Also very well read on the mentally disturbed population. It's actually quite fascinating.
You're quite fascinating. Give your balls a tug.
I beg your pardon.
I was just giving him fucking compliments. Knock it off.
Don't engage me, then I'll want to do it more. Isn't that right there? Fucking figure it out.
Snap my fingers and he goes away.
Oh, you
I'm not sure what I make of that one, but I'd like to not go to jail. I'd like to
I think it's a little
vanquish
too late.
whatever foe that caused the What happened?
I recommend answering their questions instead of attempting to vanquish them.
I don't even know what happened. I want to vanquish whoever vanquished Bentham.
I don't even know what the fuck happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Just looking at my fucking book. I don't even know.
Can we walk in yet?
Yeah, I was just about to.
Listen, someone gonna tell me to get my balls a tug again?
Nope, I was gonna let him run out of steam and then give him that awkward moment of what the fuck next, and then you could walk in.
I just had to finish my last batter burrito, and it was just way badly timed.
Okay.
Don't forget
And
to
then, so,
swallow.
as we get. So as the two of us, we get Miraxior stops you and he asks guy, and he's like, "So you didn't want to be the good cop with the bad?"
It's my first case. Whatever you do, I'll follow.
All right, well, let's have some fun. Let's see if we need bad cop. If we do, a little. So, I'll lean on you. And then at that point, you see two individuals enter, both wearing with gold badges. One is the pale tiefling, whose horns go straight up from his forehead and through his hair and come to a pale, kind of teal at the top. Both wearing kind of this black, almost uniform clothing, and then a shorter-haired drow. He has pure white hair. His eyes kind of are a silver side of his. They almost seem to glow every once in a while. And he's wearing mostly black with just like accents of purple, with black badge as well. Neither wearing armor, and only one seems to be carrying a weapon. Tiefling has a rapier at his hip that was at first when they walked in.
Both have hand crossbows, though.
Yeah, both have hand
Standard
crossbows
issue.
at their belt. Standard issue. Standard issue. So as they walk in,
Immediately, I reach into my pack, into a pouch with my scrolls, and I go to pull one out, and I end up pulling out like 5 at a time.
Hold on, I don't know what
Yank
this
out
is.
the letter.
So as you look back, Miraxior, the drow, already has his hand crossbow pulled and is just. He doesn't have it like he isn't at his side. He isn't aimed at you or anything, but all of a sudden it just seemed like it went from his belt into his hand really quickly before as you turned around, it's just holding it.
As guy reaches for his, it clatters to the ground, and he awkwardly picks it up.
Well, and as he's doing that, like, I pull out one scroll, and it turns out to be a letter, and like the other scrolls just like kind of flutter to the ground. Like,
I entreat you, sir. A letter. Letter from Bentham.
So
This is what we got.
Duke
And when
Bentham
we
Wall
came here,
has sent you a letter. Do you mind if I see that?
yes.
Excellent. And he takes it from you. Starts to browse it, and then he
I like peek over your shoulder, like trying to get a good look at what the letter says.
as you're trying to peek, I just look at you. I'll hand it to you in a second.
Oh no, of course. Yeah.
You see, sir, I came to do good deeds, and I came, and he did.
This
And
does seem to be the Lord vouching for you. Well, in a roundabout manner. He hands you the letter. It should be in your notes now. Alright, so we have a kobold, a panther, and a bunch of
no,
things.
loyal steed.
Royal steed, I apologize.
You can ride that thing.
He is my faithful mount. Zahir, come here.
Fantastic.
Wow, that is a lot to take in, I tell you.
You're not wrong.
How do you think we fucking feel?
So, just, and you, sir,
Just
sorry,
fucking
Jing
take the
Mei.
letter.
Oh, you got a letter?
Take
You
the
have
fucking-
a letter as well. Take a look. And he glances over it, then hands it over to you, to Askai, so that's in your notes as well. And so you are this Melon one Trundle?
I like that name.
Wonder?
Wonder,
Rundle?
Wonder
Pick one.
Trundle.
Rundle. There's no T. See, I pointed the letter. It says so.
Oh.
Nope. There's actually it's spelled both ways in the description and in the letter. They're different.
The description
That
is
is true.
fucked. The description is fucked up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's Wonder
No,
Trundle.
it's my bad.
No, that's literally my exact...
Wundle.
Wundle.
Wonder Trundle.
Mm-hmm.
Wundle. Mr. Wundle.
Fucking pick one, bud.
Alright, and so it's... is this letter accurate?
Hey, I have a quick
What
question.
the fuck wouldn't it be?
Maybe this is out of line, but it says, build the bonds that will free us all. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't fucking know. I just want to fucking get my book fucking figured out.
Which book is this?
The one in the fucking letter.
Do you have it on?
Of course I fucking have it on.
Well,
A
do you mind?
book?
Do you mind if I see it?
Oh, it's a
Fucking
tool.
be careful with it, bud. I hand it over.
And take a look at it. Yeah, as you see as Miraxidor takes the book, he looks at the cover, and then you see, kind of, looks away from it. His head swim a little. Careful. Starts to open it, flip through it, closes it quickly, and hands it back. All right, so some sort of magical stopping. I can see why you need this one. Hands it back to you.
Wait, both the letters, it says this, build the bonds that will free us all. Does that
Sorry
mean-
to say, I don't understand, and I had to have the innkeep lady read it to me.
Do any of you have existing bonds? Have you met each other before?
I came from a long way away. I don't really know anyone.
No fucking idea, bud.
You, sir,
Never seen them before in my life. Till earlier.
did you receive
And
a
I've never met
similar
these
letter?
people either.
Thank you, Miss Sky.
Sorry, I have like a 1 intelligence,
It's
so...
supposed to be good cop, bad cop, not good
I'm also
cop,
not very
total
intelligent.
I
Alright,
actually have a -1 to intelligence, so...
Fantastic.
Just
Oh,
Right.
dude, my intelligence is higher than yours. The kobold
Oh,
is
no.
smarter than you.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I bet I could break your arm.
Bet you
Yeah,
could,
my
and I got
strength
a
is
19
-1,
strength.
so you could definitely break my
19 strength, that's fucked up. How did
Yeah.
you... Oh, you got some bracers or something?
So, sir, have you received a letter as well? Sorry, don't know. And he points to you.
Bookworm, he means you.
Aerodac Leaf House at your service.
So, Mr. Lee, so, do you mind
This is
producing the...
my letter. It also talks about bonds.
Excellent. Oh God! No, I'm just kidding.
Not
So,
savings bonds.
bonds, savings bonds. All right. So, then he hands it to you, Sky, as well. So all of these. So it seems like you.
Can help you sound out the big words if you'd like.
Oh, that would be incredible. I like awkwardly over to her and like point at some words that I don't quite get,
Sky.
and we work it out.
To talk about. Anyway. And so,
Just fucking figure it out.
Credible.
Believe me, I'm trying.
Permanent. Athenaeum. Menestros, that's the city we're in.
No, that one I knew.
Freaking Miraxidor kind of head in a second. Sky.
Yes.
Tighten it up. All right. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all of you have been brought here. The person who summoned you to this place has been
He's been murdered.
free to tell you that at this time it's to have been done by some magical. As all of you appear to possess some arcanery, object and skill, I guess according to its letters. I'm not accusing anybody of anything just yet.
I should hope. Just yet.
Yes, not yet though.
But
Why would you accuse a lady of such a thing?
Imminently. Do you want me to
ladies
spell
do
it for you?
kill people as well. Small.
Not Lady Knights.
Like I said, I haven't accused anybody. But it seems like this had some bit for each of you. If interested, short-staffed. There's a few sharp minds and a strong arm. As we are the only two in this entire department.
It's a big city.
It's a big city.
Well, I'd
You would,
love to help.
No fucking shit, bud.
Well,
Except for I can only offer a sharp mind. I Not very strong.
Sharp mind is with a.
I draw my sword and I
Duh.
kneel with it like pointed to the ground. It's like my sword and my skills are at your service.
Thank you.
I like that one.
He gives you. He like puts.
Fucking believe it.
He gives you a full waist down bow. So and stand up. All right then. So what I've read, we are starting places. Now each of you came from. So did you notice anything at night strange in your time there? I'm just gonna film this answer for you because you probably come to think
I was
of
gonna
it.
ask.
So
He thinks I must ask DM God.
okay, so for this one, you guys had just barely arrived, and you never actually got to meet the Duke. You'd been there for, Razzie, you got there first, and you had been there for about 3 hours. You were served dinner by a butler, a tall, thin man, pretty young in his mid-20s.
I didn't hear that part.
You got served dinner by a tall, thin butler in his mid-20s.
Got served.
Renlin, you got there second. You'd been there for about an hour and a half, and were also provided with drinks by that same butler. And then Aerodac, you arrived last, and you'd only been at the house for about half an hour, just settling into next to the fire with one of the books from the study when collected. All right, so
When cut out.
when she was brought
Yeah, I
to
was like,
life.
when dramatic pause.
When you killed the Duke.
When?
All right, so all right, so it seems none of you have actually gotten to meet, so you wouldn't be able to identify the body, I assume. Oh, he's a mummy
We're
anyway.
breaking up super bad.
Am I
Yeah, I
really?
thought I caught it, and then I realized there's no way I'd.
All right, hold on one second. Let me something I can.
La 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 la. Now they're wrong. What the hell is going on?
Oh.
Chill zone over.
All right, so that should fix it, I hope. All right.
Oh, just for the record, if anyone's watching this, it's supposed to be a Cajun accent. It's just really hard to do, and I'm not very good at it. So
You're doing fine, bud.
just
You're
roll
doing
with
fine.
it.
Keep trying, bud.
Doing all right there, bud.
All right,
Should
so
have done this, boys.
Not so bad.
Doing no worse than me, bud.
not so bad.
I'm not doing great either.
Yeah, neither
So-
am I. We're all
Oh, you're,
done.
you're doing amazing. Jesse, you're kind of just killing me. I'm like dying. I have to keep muting my microphone because it's like, but idle. I'm like, oh god.
It's
Yep.
pretty fucking gold.
Yes.
Pretty
Killing me.
fucking
And
gold.
Molly keeps looking over at me like, huh? Like, I don't know. I've been dying this whole night. All right.
Amazing. All right, so with that, he's like, all right, so allow me to consult with my partner. We'll decide where to go from here. If you have any suggestions or kind of, and then
Oh, you doing it again?
If any of them are what? Remote?
okay, allow me to consult with my partner for a second, and if you think of anything that might be of interest, let me know.
Can I have a fucking dart?
Yes, yeah, we'll be headed outside. Actually, fuck it, you can.
I pull out a cigarette and toss it to him.
Fucking think, fuck.
So,
I'll press it to digitate it to light it.
Nice.
Ooh, what's that?
Smaraxi pulls you aside as Sky. He's like, all
Fuck
right,
off.
so
What is
each
it?
of them have a very
Oh god.
valid reason for being here. Now, we have 3 places we can start.
Uh-huh.
Either the home itself, warehouse he was found, or I do find it useful to stop at the local pub and see if there's any rumors going around or if I've seen anything strange. He has one right outside of his house.
Oh, so you said the pub's right next to his home? Well,
Yes.
that's like 2 for 1, man. That's like you go there, and then the
Well-
home's right there. And then you know what you're looking for, right?
Actually, he had it, his estate, he had it built onto his estate as a place for people to gather. He also had the warehouse built on his estate, so it's all in the same place. Apparently, he felt his gardens were to waste, and since no one was enjoying them, from what I've read and been told, that he created a pub that people would enjoy more than some flowers, in his opinion.
Sounds like a smart guy. Let's
So-
go.
You want to start with the pub then?
I usually do.
Excellent. And so we come back to the group. All right, so we are going to start with the pub. It's known as the Tipsy Cyclops. So,
Okay.
and then so with that,
And here I thought it would be a beer garden. No? Alright.
Also, here has a good sniffer, and so do I.
Alright. That'll be useful.
Sure, it's so fucking awkward, bud.
Like elbow. Like elbow Maraxidon. Huh? Is it useful? Right?
yes, very. And then so you guys are taken out and make your way through the city as the it's almost completely night now, but I think pretty much everybody has night vision, so you know it's dark, but you can see rather well. Yeah, I think literally everybody. Does everybody have dark vision?
Yeah, I actually have an alternative where I
Yes.
have a negative sunlight sensitivity. So
Did you check that option?
It's a cobalt
it's a
thing.
racial thing.
Oh, okay. So
Negative sunlight?
It's
Yeah.
like how Drow are not fans
Oh,
of
yeah.
sunlight either.
yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
can't.
gotcha.
Sunlight
I suck
sensitivity.
in the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, so you head outside. Everybody, you're able to see pretty well. Those of you who only have a limited dark vision, so only, I guess it would be me and Razzie. It's just almost like it's day outside. And then so, as you head outside, there's, it's starting to quiet down. There's not quite as many people in the streets, just like the last little bits. Every once in a while, you go walking through the streets, you hear like a crowded space or two, but for the most part, it goes in bursts of sound, of laughter and chatting, and back into the quietness of the city. Far off in the distance, you hear a bell ring. 9:30. So you got.
This is a special town where it rings on the half hours. Did you know that?
The proper bell towers ring every 15 minutes.
Ah, man, where have I been?
So,
Oh.
and then we make your way through, eventually you come to a. It's in It's a really active kind of bar. There's a bunch of music and everything that starts to slowly make its way to your ears as you.
What?
You
Mr.
cut out
Cut
right
out?
there, bud. Sorry. As you
Sure, it's so
approach,
fucking awkward there, bud.
it sounds like almost a party is happening inside. As there's like clapping and people are dancing on the tables. It's super rowdy, and people are kind of cheering. And then as you walk in, all right, let me know when everybody can see. Everybody see?
Complete darkness, bud.
Oh, yep. Down on the corner.
Yes.
Scroll around.
Yep, there it is.
Okay. Perfect. So it's
Oh, that was some distortion.
okay. Yeah,
Seen
you
many a
digitized to hell.
place like this.
Yeah, Tyler, you're
TJ,
Yeah.
that is all you, TJ. You're digitizing like a mofo.
Oh, you suck.
That's a
we
lot of
can't hear you.
distortion from a lot of people.
Is it me too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah.
And Molly.
And
Sorry, everybody. We'll be getting back to this in just a second as I'm trying to reconnect to Blizzard chat. I think everybody's. There we go.
Nope, garbage.
Still garbage?
oh, now you're
Wait,
good.
Tycho.
Ty go. Ty is here. Ty is speaking. Am I not garbage?
Guys, go.
Ty's go.
You are non-garbage.
Molly is
On
not
garbage now.
Okay, am I garbage?
I'm also not garbage.
Hey,
Everybody's good
TJ's
now.
Good to go.
Hey,
All right.
fucking no more garbage.
Blame Blizzard. Blame Blizzard. Blame
Blizzard
Blizzard.
suck.
I generally do.
I'm gonna
Alright.
blame
Given the
Activision
opportunity.
just because I'm super cool like that.
I'm gonna blame EA because I fucking hate them.
Also fair.
I mean, yeah.
And
I'm
balanced.
not gonna stop you. And that's how we got copyright struck. Congratulations.
Again. No. All right, so as you walk in, there's a bunch of dancing. There's a lot of gnomes in this this particular bar. It seems to be a mix of gnomes, humans, with like an air ganassi kind of just playing in the corner. He's got a flute.
Fit right in, bud.
and behind the counter you see is a tall elf woman. She wears an eye patch, and you get the idea that's probably why it's called the Cyclops, the Tipsy Cyclops. She's laughing and making jokes with people near her. As we walk in, Meraxidor gives her kind of a knowing wave, and she waves and nods back, and then kind of shoos people away from the bar as Meraxidor makes his way and leads you all to the bar itself.
We follow. And I get on top of my steed so that I can actually see over the bar.
There we go.
That still blows my mind. Look at that.
And then, as you're sitting on your steed looking up, the bartender, she's like, I see you work on a case, or is this just purely business? Fortunately, working a case, but I suppose we could have an ale to not only whatever's fair, and then you see he drops 5 gold and slides it across. Ah, it's that like that, is it? Okay. And she goes and she starts pouring beers and hands out a flagon of ale in front of everybody.
Oh, could I get a milk, please?
Well, aren't you adorable? Yeah, of course.
A milk with a little bit of whiskey in it for my here.
Sure. She oh, for the... And she looks over the bar. Oh!
He's a good boy.
No, he won't. He seems fine. And she goes back
He's
and
a
then
good steed.
brings back this big metal saucer and then puts it down. I normally use it for mixing and making things, but it should be big enough. Sets it on.
And I set it down on the stool in front of me so you can reach it.
Perfect.
And then I reach for the ale with both my hands. And I drink over it, over the bowl.
Perfect.
And I
So-
slurp it down and it drips into the bowl.
You guys see this amazing display of
Oh,
skill as the
man.
kobold is straddling a big bowl that the panther is licking out of while she grabs this. To her, like nearly, it'd be like this big, and just gets a big old swig.
Alright.
It's disgusting.
Getting a few drops on his head, but he doesn't seem to mind as he slurps it all up from the bowl.
Never been so fucking disgusted in my entire life.
I mean, I'm deeply uncomfortable. Deeply.
Oh, hold on. And then Sky, lead them here. I'm gonna go talk to. Let's see. Elsa Meraxidor makes his way.
So,
Ashante, madam. May I get a snifter of brandy?
Yeah, of course. Always like someone distinguished enough to ask for the snifter. It's been a while. So he pulls out this dusty
Fucking hell, bud.
snifter, blows it off, and all of the dirt just like in this big cloud, and then kind of wipes it out, and pulls like this dusty bottle, blows it off in the opposite direction, and pours it in, and slides it over to you. You noticed she had to break the seal on the bottle, and you take the just a little bit of like a nose of it because you're gonna be that guy. You take the nose, and it is. You can tell it's
Damn right.
it's about a 50-year-old, so not old by Elvis standards, but pretty decent, especially finer than you were expecting from just what you think of as just like this kind of plain pub. And as you look back to her, look over your glass back to her after sniffing it, almost like is this? She kind of gives you a nod, and then she's like, if I could wink, and then she just kind of gives you a smile.
Thank you so much. This is delightful.
Well, you know, gotta enjoy the little things in life. So, you with the badge, what's going on?
That's you.
I know it's me. I can't drink on the job, but I have some questions maybe for you.
Actually, you can. He does all the time. She slides an ale over to you. And you look over, Meraxidor has an ale in his hand and is talking to the Ganassi.
No, No, none for me. I have to stay sharp. In
Well,
case
luckily-
anything happens.
Well, luckily, I don't have to.
I will have a water.
She pours you water and slides it over.
Delicious.
Can I have his ale?
Waft my brandy snifter under his nose.
Smells alright.
I guess if no one else is going to, she slides the ale over to you.
Fucking
And
soft
I
there, bud.
just stick my snout in it and just start slurping it.
Right, but I'm not paying for that, right? Like, that's not on me. It's
No,
on my
trust
tab.
The Mira has
I assume you can charge it to the...
Mira has got you more than
Apartment.
covered.
And my drink too.
Your drink is on the house.
Alright, look at that.
Oh.
And don't forget
It's
this guy.
'cause you're pretty.
I pointed, where is he? Werlin. Don't forget him.
Of course. He has a. She set him up with a stein of beer.
Oh, okay. Great. So, I had some questions. Maybe you could
No
answer
pumpers.
for me. When was the last time you talked to Duke Bentham Warwick?
Bentham? He's in here. Well, not him himself, but usually he sends someone to come and collect his nightly meal. It's part of the benefits of being on this land. Send somebody to come and retrieve his meal, usually about the same time every night. Between 5:30 and 6 in the evening.
And
Did you see his butler? Today?
It's not his butler. Usually he'll send his son. Something about his son needing to know a job or something like that.
he has a son. Oh, well, that is quite a revelation.
How old was his son? Is his son?
The son is about...
Was his son?
Well, well, it's not so funny because last night someone else was sent. Somebody I hadn't recognized before. But the son's around 22 years old. He's got prematurely graying hair on the side. It's very strange to see someone so young. Black hair. It's like the Duke.
Well, can you describe who was sent yesterday?
Well, yesterday it was strange. It was a
Oh, hang on!
I break out a piece of paper and my ink pot and ink claw.
I tried
That's a
to
good
call you-
idea. I also break out a little notepad.
There's
I
no
thought it
need.
might-
I'll remember every word of this conversation.
I got paper.
I can't keep you in my pocket, though.
as long as you don't forget me, I think that would be no problem.
And I get ready to paint.
So, and you notice that the brush is just a little bit too big for her little kobold hands. So instead of like holding it like this, it's kind of like this sort of situation. And so she's ready and getting ready. And she's like, well, last night it was a tall, thin fellow. He had hair pulled into a ponytail. It was red hair.
Pulled in red hair.
And it was a very
I look
tight,
over.
uncomfortable looking ponytail. But he was around
Oh,
five-
wait! Too fast, too fast!
So sorry.
Wait.
Of course. No.
Wait.
So you said
Start
it was
over, start over.
a
Tall,
ponytail?
Tall, thin,
She
red hair
It's
ponytail.
He has a red hair and a ponytail pulled.
yes, rather tight.
I just wrote down stupid tight.
And she,
Ponytail, tight.
she pulls at this point. She pulls another brandy snifter and then blows the dust off of it and starts wiping it out as she's talking. And she's like, yes. So hair pulled uncomfortably tight and very strange. Normally the people in this ploy are quite clean kept, but it seemed rather greasy fellow.
Greasy.
Pockmarked skin, and his teeth yellowed to the point of near brown. And she
Yellow.
That's gross.
pours herself a bit of the brandy that she just opened, and then throws the cork
So
back
you're saying
in.
like the ugliest guy
Bad
ever
cobalt
came in
teeth?
here?
No,
Bad cobalt teeth.
no, honey, your teeth are far pretty.
No, I good cobalt. Bad
cheers.
cobalt teeth.
I assume this will also be on the
Oh no,
detectives tab.
she takes it for herself.
I
And
know.
then- so she
I was
just
trying to
she's,
like.
she's like, oh, well, you know, the detective has a rather long tab and a storied history.
See, this is why I don't drink on the job. I don't want to retire and find out I have to pay my whole wages back to you.
Oh! Did you know anything about his shoes or clothes?
Oh, shoes? just standard brown boots. Clothes he wore, and she's trying to think. She's like squinting. You know, just a
Tattered, nice, bad.
well kept but old, clearly old. Patched many times, but patched well. It
Old
was
and
a
patched.
kind of like just a light tan sort of jerkin.
Oh.
Sorry, shirt, and then
Tan shirt.
his pants were relatively the same as patched and dyed black. You could tell that it would have been dyed after they'd been patched, so the patches had been dyed as well to match.
Right. So an ugly broke dude came in here, and you were like, "That's fine. We'll just give him dinner."
Well, he was
Dead.
bearing.
Pool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if this is, but could we possibly turn down the background
Yes.
noise a little bit?
Yes, I can.
I'm having trouble hearing people's.
Not a
What was he
Thank you.
bearing?
Thank you.
No, no worries.
Cable.
So,
What was he bearing?
he was bearing a writ with the seal of the Duke.
Letter of
What did the letter? Do you still have the letter?
T.
Unfortunately, no.
Seal of debt.
A letter of writ.
Seal of debt.
Close
Okay.
enough.
Black letter of seal of debt. Got it.
Unfortunately, it's common courtesy to destroy such things once they are received.
Yeah. Well, what did it what did it say?
It just said, trust this man with my... Send it as soon as you can.
And was it in the Duke's hand?
I've never seen the Duke's hand. Usually his son. His son has a signet ring he usually uses to identify himself.
So it's usually written by a son?
No, the son bears the signet ring with the mark.
Have you seen the son lately?
Said I haven't seen him. Went missing, of course. The last I saw him was night before.
Was man human? Pale skin?
Yes.
Human?
That's a really good first guess.
Pale skin. He said red hair. Red hair usually have pale skin.
Oh, I thought you meant the son. What did the son look like?
The son, like I said, fairly handsome. I mean, it's around 22 years old. Black hair, prematurely graying on the sides.
Right. Sorry, I did write that here. It says son,
Very similar
Gray
to her
hair.
father's.
young, weird. Got you. Okay.
You know, those notes, not careful, may not mean anything.
No, I've got it all up here. Yeah.
I'm working on the picture of the suspect.
Okay.
Go ahead and do a, make a dexterity check at disadvantage, since you're not proficient with your artist supplies.
Oh, I know.
I just for my own edification, I just need to know how this is gonna look.
So dexterity?
Dexterity? Yeah, do a dexterity check at disadvantage. Oh god, yes! Alright, so as
Oh, dang.
Rassi excitedly turns it around, it is a stick figure with red hair and drawn kind of like into a line, and then like a big
And he
bar
has
in the middle,
red
so
dots
it's-
on his face.
and little red dots on the face, and then it just says tall under it.
And it's spelled wrong.
Tall is Tael. And the E is backwards, like a little 3.
Laughing, I turned my notepad around and goes, it says like a very similar picture on it. I told myself I was going to play a comedy character, but I can't help it.
It's the fucking blind leading the blind, bud.
I was like, let's have a mystery, and we're like, what if we're all stupid?
Just me. Oh man, I've been okay. So I've been watching your guys' characters from inception. It has gotten incredible.
Oh man. All right. All
Okay.
right. So,
I don't know.
what do you make of all this, smart
I
guy?
was going. Okay, Deadpool. Do we know the name of the bartendress?
Yes,
Bartendress.
she was
I like that.
she was introduced as Aaliyah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Queen of
Pretend
the
like
Damned.
Arrow was rocking onto that. Because Molly wasn't.
That's the beauty of playing a super smart character. You can ask things out of context and be like, my character would know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lean into Aaliyah and say, so you must see some really interesting people in here. I feel like, I don't know, there's gotta be something you know about the Duke that you haven't, that no one, knows about.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
With advantage, because she's clearly...
Oh yeah! Check
Got
out
that.
my blonde hair.
That
Blonde
high
hair.
charisma.
That charisma. Perception check, right?
No, persuasion.
Persuasion. Dumb. Yes. It's okay. He's smart. I'm dumb.
Oh, +5 and you roll a 9. That's brutal.
Wish she weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
So he's like, I tried so hard to be suave, but then,
Just fucking
you
spare
know,
parts
spills his
over there,
drink
bud.
all over or something.
And then so as you're kind of leaning over the bar, you accidentally, like as you're kind of whispering, you tilt your head directly up and you realize you're blast her in the face with your brandy breath, and she like closes her one eye, opens it again, blinking. She's like, well, I've no reason not to tell you everything I know. And she sits there kind of like thinking for a second. She's like, so, enjoying that brandy though?
Brandon, did you cast him?
Ah, yes, it's
Or no?
really the
Sorry,
best
I don't know.
brandy. Trying to recover unsuccessfully.
I didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing. How about, is there any regulars, maybe? I just mean, of the people who come in here often, has there been any sort of change, maybe?
Well, normally the Lord comes down usually. He's not too busy, usually accompanied by, his usual 2 women escorts.
I'm sorry, you said the Lord has 2 women escorts?
2 women escorts.
That's correct.
And who are they? That was
Sil-
a good one. Who are they?
known as Celitia and Soraya.
Celitia.
Are they... What kind of escorts are they?
Oh, they seem to be just friends.
The traditional kind, or...?
No, oh no, nothing like that. Apparently, he's commissioning a play for them, so they've been spending a lot of time. So they're helping him write. It's supposedly a grand story, something of his life.
Fascinating. That's what I'd tell people too. What was the play about? I mean, not about.
Probably of-
Dang it!
About his life.
Now, this is the Lord, not the Duke, right?
Sorry, no, Duke. This is
Oh, the Duke. Oh.
Duke Lord. Really isn't too consistent with his title.
His name is Duke Lord?
Well, I don't.
His name
That's
is Duke.
confusing.
It's pedantic, but actually, there's quite a wide difference between those 2 titles.
She's
It's
got
not a
this-
great way to get ladies into you, bud.
And with that, as you say that, she kind of looks over
And
at
you would know how.
Trust him on this one.
Oh, damn.
I'm not the best. I'm not the best myself, but that's not how you do, bud.
It's okay. I kind of want him
Critical
to succeed.
fail.
We'll see what happens. And then,
The
so-
brandy belches. Not a good idea either, bud.
Yeah, give your bowls a tug. Oh, don't you fucking...
This again.
Can
What the hell was that?
Sorry, I forgot to ask.
We have a-
Is he
we have a
someone-
Gus and brew here?
What?
Whiskey.
Oh, yes, yeah. She goes and pours you... do you like the shot or over ice?
I look over my shoulder.
Rocks! You just hear... Fucking figure it out! Just over
Alright,
it.
on ice then.
And then she slides together over there like a kind of like a bucket with like a bucket glass with ice and pour some whiskey over it. And then you all just watch the whiskey start to drain a little bit, and then you hear this hiccup. Oh, that's
What a
good.
trick.
Finally, somebody knows what the fuck they're doing in this town. Fucking figured it out. That's fucking
Shut
proper.
up and have a dart.
Well, if I enjoyed the brandy too, maybe you'll stop telling me to tug my balls.
Well, have you?
That's quite
Have you
rude.
given your balls a tug? We don't
I
have a
literally
dart.
just hand the invisible imp a cigarette.
And then the cigarette floats in midair, and you see it light up, and then just start.
What in the hell is this? What is happening? Is this possessed? What is happening? I thought you said you were not a murderer. Who is this guy? What is happening?
I want to roll a check on it.
Roll an Arcana check, because you might have
Yes.
heard something about this. I roll it with advantage because this would be specifically something that would be under your studies.
Yes.
So as you're looking at it, you're like,
At least I know things.
all of a
Not how
sudden,
to persuade women.
it starts to connect. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, invisible, has a voice, seems to be able to speak without being heard. He has an imp familiar. So that means he might be usually that means he's a warlock. Mostly warlocks have imp familiar. And so that's what you think as you are looking at this invisible dart hanging in the middle of the air.
That's an imp familiar. And you are a warlock.
That guy
Fucking
worked
wrong
for
there,
a
bud.
warlock. Figure it out.
Only warlocks have imp familiars.
You know what they say about the rules, you know?
So fucking wrong there, bud.
I don't.
They're there to be broken.
Only you have to follow them.
Who says I'm his
No,
familiar?
I have to
Because I'm
enforce
too
them.
smart for them.
Just
I
here
have
to
to
harass
enforce the
him.
rules. No one's too smart for the law. Don't forget that.
Talking about rules, not the law.
Both.
I will prestidigitate a odd odor underneath the elf's nose.
I'm sorry,
Half
give me a
elf.
second. No, let's fucking
Yeah, I'm a
smarter
half
than the
elf.
law. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whew. All right, and so, God damn it, sorry. Eridak, you suddenly get this this waft of a rather unpleasant smell. Almost, it just like all of a sudden hits you in the bottom of your face, and with your nat 20, you're like, prestidigitation. What a cheap trick.
Two can play at this game,
But-
and I prestidigitate a pinch on him.
You do also notice, but then as it hits your nose, you realize warlocks don't know prestidigitation.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, how did you get an imp familiar?
Why don't you fucking figure it out?
I mean, to me, it does not look like something that he like would want around. Like he's pretty annoying, right? Like this little thing here. So like, I think he's cursed. You know.
If somebody finally fucking gets it,
Oh, look who figured
Look at
it
that.
out!
That's why I'm the detective.
With that, the
I'm laughing.
the imp
go
suddenly
fucking
appears.
mix a batch in the kitchen, bud.
Yeah, fucking mix a batch. Put out some free literature. And you see on the bar, now the imp is fully visible. He's holding a cigarette, which is about this big in his hand, and he's
So how hard do you have to hit the imp for it to go away?
harder than you can. You fucking figured out. I'll take you. And he puts it in his mouth, and he kind of does one of these.
I would like to age hand bitch slap the imp. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
Mage hand, you can move him, but you can't attack him.
I know.
I look over to
Squeeze him a little too tight.
Rylan. Would you mind if I hit your imp? Would that make you
Rylan.
angry?
No,
It would not, or it would.
don't.
All right, that's
Just
fair.
fucking don't, bud.
Yeah, don't,
Alright.
bud. He kind of like sits, and then he
got my eye on you.
kind of like starts to sit into the glass, and he almost fits, but not quite. And then he shrinks down just a little bit more so he can sit. So now this imp, he's lounging inside of his own whiskey drink, holding
I reach
what would be a
over,
giant cigarette and smoking it.
I reach over and grab the empty stein from Razi, and taking the empty one, just put it over the top of the shot glass.
Hey, what the fuck are you?
Anyway, so where were we? Is there anything else you can tell us that has maybe been odd lately, or anything about the Duke that you think we should know?
So that about summons it. I did find this recently. Don't know if it's to do with. And she plumps this mace down on the table. She's like, now, there was a few people, adventurers coming through here, so this might be one of theirs, but it's a rather nice mace, and I was hoping to claim it, but as you've come by, and you see she dropped this base. It has like a bone shaft, and the grip is made of what looks like this striped leather. And then looking at it, go ahead and make a perception check. Everybody.
Can I make an investigations check?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Actually, that works better. Everybody, go ahead and make one.
Damn it.
What are we rolling?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Not perception.
No, investigation is a more appropriate one. Okay, so Aerodac
I
and
see nothing.
Aerodac and Renlin. Can you change your
I just dead.
Oh, perfect, you got it. And then so you two are looking at it, and you notice that by the shine of it, that is clearly made of platinum at the ball. It's a rather expensive, well-crafted mace.
That's a shiny.
Is
Fucking
not
sell
a
that
pawn
bud.
shop mace, or it is if you want a lot of money.
Well, I mean, you know.
That's good to know. I will be taking this mace to the station. If it has nothing to do with if it ends up not having any part of the case, I will return it to your.
Very well.
And then I just take it with me.
Perfect. Go ahead and add platinum mace to your inventory,
Platinum mace.
and then question mark next to it since you don't know.
And then I'm gonna go talk to my partner.
So,
You've been very helpful. I will return. And then, bye.
all right. So you see, he's just finishing up his conversation with the Air Ganassi, who gives him a nod and starts heading away. And as he turns around, he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, so what did you figure?"
Well, I found out that there was a very poor-looking, disheveled man with a ponytail who came here yesterday to grab the Duke's meal, which is odd. It's different from usual. Usually it's the son who has black hair with gray on the temples. I look at my notes. There was... I believe it was the son. I cannot remember. Two women escorted the Lord. The Duke. It was the Duke, sorry. It says right here. I wrote Lord and crossed it out. It says Duke. Anyway, says that there was two of them making a play for his life. To play about the Duke's life. Yeah. What else do we got here? You wouldn't believe those guys. They're all really helpful, you know? They helped talk and information. Most oddly, though, here I show him the mace. This mace was found recently. I have no idea. They said it's maybe platinum here at the end. Have you ever seen one like it?
Allow me a moment. Kind of takes it in his hands and. Let's see. Oh, he pulls out his. You see him pull out the his glasses. They're kind of darkly, deeply purple tinted, and they're completely crossed and then shuttered on the side, kind of like old vampire looking glasses. And he puts them on and kind of takes a look at it. Oh yes, it does appear. Thing I can see. I don't know. This would have to. Good find. It's apparently nothing. The market district. No one hasn't been making any purchases or anything recently. No large purchases for the state. No purchases for the state at all recently. Strange.
I mean, do you think he could have been paying these two women for the play, maybe?
I mean, it's entirely possible, but it's just you'd think either he was stocked up or just wasn't stalking for some reason. Strange.
It's very odd. Well, let's go find it. Who should we talk to next? Maybe the...
Well, I was thinking the warehouse is next door.
Oh, yes.
Time to investigate.
is that where he was murdered?
It is, yes.
All right, let's do that. And I walk back to the group. Come on, guys, we are going to the warehouse.
I haven't
Right
finished my
now?
fucking dart.
Right now. Come on, it's an investigation. Let's go. Come on.
Just fucking.
The law
It's okay. We.
needs us.
It's
I
all right.
look-
Let him finish his dart.
This brandy is not meant to be chugged.
I look at the imp and just fucking change.
You look, he's. You hear just a small. But he feels so smart that he fucking outgot me. And then all of a sudden he grows and pushes the cup over the top of him and kind of gives a giggle and turns back invisible.
This is gonna be a long fucking day.
And just his head appears. I'm sorry, did you want something?
Feel like
Fuck off.
fucking Elmer
Fucking
Fudd.
off.
I feel like Sylvester the cat dealing with Tweety.
I had not thought of that dynamic. And so you.
I had.
That's fair. And so you guys kind of go finish your drinks and everything. Is there anything anybody wanted to do while they were still here?
Okay. Then what?
Did
I think
anyone-
he's talking. Just is cut out like a motherfucker.
Oh, is he
No, I
talking?
said
Alright, are you talking?
yes. Can you hear me?
You
Now?
said you guys finish your drink, and then that was the
Oh,
last.
was
we heard.
there anything else anybody wanted to do at the bar while you were still here?
Fucking figure it out.
Nope.
I'm just gonna look over the place, just a quick walk through, just seeing what I
make
can
an
see.
Investigation check. Everybody who's interested in just trying to find something or look around, make an
Hey!
investigation checks.
I just kind of wanted to do a perception check if
Nice.
possible.
Fucking figure it out.
Since
Always
you're
trust the Wonder
specifically
Trundle.
looking for stuff, this would be more of an investigation. Jesus, y'all.
Hey, Brandon, I think you're breathing into your mic a little bit, bud. I can figure it out.
I wasn't fucking breathing at all right then, so I'm not sure.
Someone's breathing in their mic for sure.
All right, so Askai, Relin, and Aradak, you guys go through, and you guys are super on top of it. You kind of inspecting it. You notice that the a lot of the bar chairs, there's more new than old, because they've all been been replaced recently. And then as you're talking to a few patrons, apparently there was like a bit of a bar fight the other night, and it got rather rowdy, and chairs had been broken over people's heads, and the guard had to be called, and it was kind of a crazy night. You also notice that the fireplace, above the fireplace, there is like a single brick that has the house crest for Lord Warwick on it, and the crest it's chains in a circle, and at the top it's being broken apart.
I inspect that brick closer.
What do you want to? What do you mean? What do you want?
Tell us what you want to do to that brick.
I'm just
Oh
gonna.
yeah, boy, get it.
I'm gonna tap it a couple times and see if there's any sort of pressure plate or anything.
And you tap it. Make a investigation check,
Don't
I
forget
guess.
to check for traps.
Okay. And so as you're tapping it, you're kind of tapping around, and you're kind of notice the middle of it almost seems like the center. It seems just a touch looser than the rest.
I start wiggling it.
Perfect. So make a dexterity check.
Commence the jiggling.
Commence the
Perfect.
jiggling,
That's what you
y'all.
did. And so like as you're kind of wiggling it, and then like you kind of give it, and like for a second it just seems to lock in place, and you're like, oh. You're like, wait a minute. You give it one final tap at the very top of it, and then this, the seal pops out, and it kind of falls into your hands. And behind it, there's a different crest where it's a cross of chains, and the chains are being broken.
Does anyone recognize this symbol?
Dio Brando.
Let's see.
Dio
History check.
Brando.
History check for anybody who wants to look at it. So look at it to see if that's something that should be.
I am ashamed.
yeah.
I noticed nothing.
-1.
Is it a history check? Oh, I'm a history buff, you guys.
Damn, dude.
Oh, but
Okay.
Dude,
but Wundle
who needs crits? Who needs crits?
Damn,
It's
I
for
critted
losers.
and lost by 5. Good God.
Damn.
So you guys recognize so Renlin and Eridak, you've come across this in it's very strange. Renlin, this is one of the few books and stuff that had wandered across your path. As you know, it was just a book on ancient old houses in Menestros, and you notice that this is the retired crest of House War. Been retired for over 300 years. Much earlier than what sounds like this pub has probably been longer than this pub has been here. As you look at the brick, you realize that this was probably a keystone in one of the original mansions made by the war, allocated here, and then they'd replaced it with the new seal. Eridak, you notice all of that as well. Renlin, the thing that you remember more than that no one else, not even me with my crit remembers, is that there was you'd come across old words, like the old like kind of family motto was, "Bind those to you, break your bonds," close to that of the letter.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
What's that?
I literally will just repeat that.
Perfect. So he tells you everything.
Sorry, what was the quote? One more time.
Sorry,
Bring
it was bring the bind those to you who would break your chains.
What do you think of it, boss? It's kind of odd, no?
It's rather strange. It seems to be a perversion of rather a different version of in the letter. It's very strange that this one is almost entirely aggressive, but the ones that said build the bonds that will us all is more inclusive. But bind those to you, break your chains is more self-serving. Seems to be.
Right, but what do you think they mean by break your chains? Who has chains?
Especially in a positive on that.
All right. Did I notice anything else in my check?
Let me take a look. Want more?
No, no, I'm just double checking.
So yeah, other
Totally fine
than the bar fight and everything, she would have. No, that would have been pretty much it. You got everything. So you guys investigated the
Okay.
shit out of this place.
Off to the warehouse.
Aerodak, as you were, sorry, I forgot. Aerodak, you not only knew all the things about the house and everything as well, but as you were looking at, you know, by your close inspection, like, yes, so this establishment has been around for about 70 years. It was made from. This is not natural to this area. You think this might have come from Elvish origin because the wood doesn't seem to take as much scarring as normal. It's very strange, and even you take your fingernail and you scar just a little bit under the floor. The rest of you are looking as he's just bent over and he makes a little line with his fingernail, and you watch as it scars and heals over, and you're like, this is a very expensive and strange material in order to build a bar with. The cost must have been astronomical.
Sorry, I cut out after astronomical.
The cost must have been astronomical.
Whatever gets you off, bud.
I mean, it's hard to tell why.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the warehouse.
Sounds like a plan.
To the warehouse.
And then, so as you guys exit,
Away!
stay where you.
I'd like to stop by the bartendress and ask if I could stop by to visit her again,
What do you say?
but less awkward. Oh, Jesus.
Roleplay, motherfucker, roleplay!
You play that role. I said, Aaliyah, I hope my previous indiscretion did not harden your heart against me, and I hope you would not see it amiss if I came to visit you again on the morrow.
Oh, look at that. A man who knows when he's been wrong. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yes, good. Advantage. Wait. Ugh.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be something I'd object too much to. Although, you know, I did share some brandy with you. Should bring a gift. She takes a sip of her brandy, looking at you. Eye contact not broken.
Yes, duly noted.
Can't wait to see you.
As he
Likewise.
as he turns around, Sky's just giving him a big old thumbs up.
Every moment without you will be as dull as a gray sky.
She kind of like her eyebrow raises a little. She's like, and then all of a sudden she thinks it. She's like, gives you just like an approving nod, and then like not bad, not bad. And she takes a big swig of the the brandy.
I think the imp's even less awkward than you, bud.
I think I could pull faster than you, bud.
Did you
No one asked you.
No one has to ask. It's called an opinion, bud. You get it for free. Give your balls a tug.
And it'll only be given for free if it's that low quality. No one's gonna pay for that.
Oh!
You're just mad because people listen to me and make fun of you.
I don't think you. I like him better than
Yeah,
I
no.
like you.
I snapped
That's
the
'cause
imp
you
out
have
of
terrible
existence.
sense-
moment of self-awareness. Yeah, no, you're right. I've gone my whole life with people taking
I
me
snapped
seriously,
the
and
imp
I've
out of
never been made
existence.
fun of before.
And as he goes to say something, the imp just it's just gone.
That's a good trick.
That's a neat trick.
So
I
you,
should fucking work longer.
so you guys make your way outside, and the atmosphere of the pub kind of
The pud. Oh man,
How you
that's a
doing there,
different
bud?
scenario.
Oh boy, man.
No.
Not a great time to fuck up your words there, Ty. You fucked it up there, bud. All right, but you guys make your way outside, and then the sounds of it, the establishment, are left behind you, and you kind of make your way into the through the streets, and there's a just like this fountain of it's three mermaids that are just kind of spitting into. Just make your way to
Sorry, you cut out right as you said spitting into.
the air.
Oh.
The tension is killing me.
Tension is killing.
I met Tritons before. They look kind of like mermaids. They're very pretty.
There. All right, and then so as we make our way to the warehouse, Maraxidor goes to the door and he's kind of looking at it. He's like, Sky, can you kind of wait?
Wait, let me join you, sir.
All right.
I can break the door down.
Not quite to there yet. We might. All right, and he goes back to the rest of everybody. Does either of you happen to know knock spell or any proficiency with these?
Is there a fucking window, bud?
Of course, there's windows.
I could try.
I go over to a window and I just snap the imp on the other side because I just have to see.
So the window snapped in the other side, and you psychically hear, "Oh, nice one there, bud.
I'll give you a fucking dart if you go unlock it.
Take it too."
Fine.
And like, you guys see as he snaps his fingers, you see the imp appear on the other side, then fly out. Then a second later, you hear, and these two doors open up, and you see the imp just fluttering there. He holds out his hand.
Give him two.
That's
two
smart.
darts for
Getting
me.
him addicted to stuff. That's
And
great.
He sticks
You're
one
like
of the
his
tails.
dealer.
He came like that, bud.
Yeah, like he could affect
Did
me, bud. And he sticks one of the smokes on his tail. He like impales it for later, and he just lights the other one up.
Jess.
Did she say something?
No.
Okay.
I'm showing her Ripley being cute.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
One of the rare moments he's not being a shithead.
He's a kitten.
And then everybody go and make
Who's
a,
not neutered yet. Of course he's a shithead.
as we make our way into the house, everybody go and make a perception check.
Yes, I see my perception.
God damn.
Oh, it's these bitches! Who I don't know at all.
See shit.
I've never heard of them before. I certainly have no reason to think them.
All right, so
Yeah.
so Aradak, Razi, and then so notice.
What do you notice?
So there's you hear whispering from behind some boxes, and then so Razi, you run over this way impulsively. Aradak, you side well. You see,
Do I get to choose to have my weapons drawn?
You can if you like to, yeah.
Yes, I have my longsword out with my shield.
Seeing
Raxidor
Razzie
just-
pull her sword, I pull my sword and prep ready.
And Maraxidor, I just spread my hand and release some globes into the air. It's just natural. So, see them.
Halt! Come out where you are!
This is the police.
Yes.
Come here.
Identify yourselves.
Yes.
And so they
Identify yourself.
they start kind of making. So both. No, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing. Yes, of course. There's I don't. It's clearly been a misunderstanding.
You're the Duke's friends, no?
Yes, we are.
You're writing him a play?
Yes, this life story.
And why are you in his warehouse?
Because we were afraid that we could. Fucking God, man. Sorry.
What?
Don't worry
Nothing.
about it.
Don't worry about it. Fuck you. All right.
What the fuck?
Nothing. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
I'll explain it later.
And so they're like, well, I heard something had happened to him and associated with it, so he told us to hide out here, and then.
He told you after he died to stay here.
No. In the event that anything happened, he said this would be a safe place for us to go.
And from whom are you
So
hiding from?
what happened?
Can I tell if they're lying?
You can make an insight
Oh
check.
yeah. I'm gonna make an inside check as well.
I can't tell shit.
I can.
What did you say, Aradak? So sorry. Ollie, were you saying something?
What happened that
Oh,
That
we don't
made
know.
you come here?
We just heard that the died and to have
Were they
anything.
lying?
So,
Sorry.
Askai, you're like, they seem to be telling the truth about why they're here, but you don't really believe them as much as there's something strange with these girls. Like, they are fucking lying about something. Not sure what the fuck it is, but they are lying.
There's something strange about you. I don't know what. You're lying about something.
And so
Jess, I think you're breathing into your microphone.
I just sat down.
Molly.
Molly's is muted.
Oh, weird. Okay. And then so
It was probably the rustling of her putting her headset back on.
oh,
Okay. That makes
so,
sense.
as you're
No,
saying,
you're good.
As you're saying, there's something weird about you. Make a wisdom saving.
Hey, that's all right.
All right. So
Not
all of a
great,
sudden,
but
all of a sudden, you just all of a sudden you're like, no, they're perfectly fine. Why would I ever think something strange about these lovely ladies?
on the other hand,
they're
maybe
very
maybe it's
attractive.
okay. Gross.
And then in the back of your head, you just hear this voice of, you know what? You should just leave them to do
I feel what?
the need to leave them alone.
Okay.
Sorry, did it break up?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Like you feel.
Sorry.
It's like that's so unsatisfying.
Yeah, you feel like you just hear this voice saying, "You should leave them alone. It's too nice, wonderful." And then you feel
No.
the need to do that.
maybe maybe I don't know. Maybe we should get out of here. You know, maybe it'll be all right.
I'm going to telepathically ask my imp if this seems fucking weird.
All right, let's pull.
So, I'm just sorry. I just wanted to check
Plus
something.
3 for insight.
So they can just
I have
counter.
divine sense, so I'm gonna use divine sense.
What's causing you to use divine sense?
It just seems fishy that people are in a warehouse for no good reason.
She also saw me just have a sudden change of heart for no reason.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. And then so the imp, he kind of you hear telepathically. I don't like him. Something's wrong here. They seem too familiar. Anything familiar to me is fucking wrong.
Yeah, so I use divine sense.
Go ahead and click it on the expenditure.
Alright. Well, where do I click it?
It should be in the little. Just hit the little quote button.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, and as you you kind of you close your eyes and you kind of connect to Bastet, and all of a sudden you see the cat's eyes of Bastet open in front of your view. All of a sudden, when you open your eyes, also there's this horrifying stench coming off of both of them. Like they smell awful and evil, and you hate them all of a sudden. Just suddenly hate them, and you know that they are some sort of.
Alrighty, so I am going to swing.
Perfect. Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack if you. Some appropriate.
And then I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Perfect. Did you want a hunter's mark before you attacked or after?
Before.
Okay, so go roll the hunter's mark damage.
It would have been the 3.
Yeah, it would have been.
Oh, it did roll the damage. Okay, so 3. So wow. All right. So, and as you lash out, the rest of you see all of a sudden this kobold just look up.
Evil!
And as she slashes in, all of a sudden the form of the beautiful woman falls away, and this and as it falls away, wings sprout from her back, horns come from her head, and she goes just like. Everybody,
Holy shit! I pull out my sword. I already have my sword drawn, I guess.
Perfect. Then go ahead and roll initiative. You'll have to use your character sheets because I forgot to import FMate, but just go ahead and click initiative while you have your character selected.
Well, I got the highest initiative
Uh,
anyway.
On your character sheet, it should be right in between.
So I don't get to roll damage for that.
You do.
Or
They-
ass
she-
hit.
No, she took damage. You
Nice.
sliced into her.
For the longsword?
For the yeah, she took the longsword and the. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
it still has his old
Yeah.
name.
Okay, so I got 11 slashing damage.
Perfect. That's his old name.
The turn order still has his old name. It's fine.
We can't see it. Only you can see it.
Good. Good. Yes.
Okay, so.
Stay back, stay here!
And as you slice into her, she hisses, and everybody goes for their weapons. And then all of a sudden, you're.
I already had mine out.
Everybody else who didn't have theirs out, go through their weapons. Go ahead
Amy.
and make go and Rezi, you're back at the beginning of the turn order. Make another attack and stuff with it to do.
Okay, so, I also have pack tactics.
You need to be flanking for pack tactics. Or is it flanking for pack tactics?
So
Or is it
anybody
just
who's
anybody?
standing next to me, I believe, I'm gonna click
I
it
think
just
you
so
were
we
right, actually. So pack tactics.
attack
Yeah.
roll against a creature.
You get advantage because
Within
I am
5
within 5 feet. So go and roll your attack with advantage.
So do I just click advantage?
Yep. Oh yeah, that hits. 8 more slashing damage, and then roll for your hunter's mark. As you're just tearing into this succubi, all of us as you're going through it, you see this kobold with shield as she just slicing into that. Like first cut comes across the belly and pretty deep, and you see this bit of mystical like greenish energy kind of pull off and into the blade, and then she makes another swipe, going for the back of the knee and cuts really deep into her as Razi is diving in there. And I believe you have 2 attacks per action, so you can make another attack.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Fucking paladins!
I was so excited in the first turn that I forgot that I could do that.
No worries. Just go and make another attack.
Oh shit! And I was using the wrong longsword.
No, it
Well,
would be...
use the right one this time.
Do you have your shield out?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it would be one-handed. Oh, you used the just regular instead of +1. So I'll
Yeah,
add,
instead of the +1.
I'll add the 2 damage for you. So we're gonna get that in there. Go ahead and roll your attack with advantage. That hits. She is having a bad day. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's the good. Why did it roll an extra D10 for me? It's really weird. I ignore that for now. We'll just add the 14 more damage. Jesus. And so she attacks, and then goes across the second attack, coming across the back of her leg, and then up again and slides up to the chest and kind of right, like almost down the middle of her, and she's like, she holds over as she is already really screwed up from Razi diving into her. Aerodac,
Is a +1 supposed to just give it 2 damage?
Or sorry, +1 damage. Yeah, so 13 altogether.
So it's supposed to be 1d8 plus strength +1?
Yes, yeah. So it's 1d8 plus strength +1.
Oh no, it's do you have
Oh wait.
You're a paladin. Is it
She doesn't have the
smite?
auto smite yet.
Okay, so that shouldn't damage 2 shouldn't be checked, and then there should be a +1 there.
Okay, so it looks like actually it already has the +1 on this sword ready to go.
The
Now that
magic
I'm looking at
bonus.
it. Yeah, so it's 12 damage total. So
Okay, so then there, that should be more correct.
perfect. All right, and then Aerodac, you are up. What would you like to do?
Oops, I was muted. Okay, I don't have any spells prepared, so this will be fun. But
Just
Don't have
roll-
any? You're always supposed to have some.
well, I'm bad at being a wizard.
Go
I'm a scholar.
This is true. So you should have
I'm a firebolt.
9 spells prepared. Go after this turn. Go ahead and start marking them up in D&D Beyond, so we can add them next turn. So Firebolt. Which one? So you'll get disadvantage because she's right next to you. But so go and roll time.
Oh yeah, disadvantage.
All right, perfect. Still hits. Go ahead and roll the damage for the Firebolt.
Oh crap.
I assume you're attacking the one right next to you, correct?
Yes, I am. It's 1d10. Okay. Yes.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Boom. To the.
Right to the friggin' face.
I just picture her just like hand out right in front of her face, like, what's that? Boom!
That's exactly. It's so like, as this kobold is tearing into she's still trying to pull her. She's like, oh my god! And she turns to you scared. She's like, she was a succubus, and you just bam right in the face. And she's and she grabs her face as the beautiful vision drops away into that. Now it's this demonic vision that is now burnt across the face. Her hair is burnt off, so she has like this huge like balding spot patch on her hair that you just blasted her hair off. And, let's see, do you have any bonus actions that you can do?
I don't think so. Well, are cantrips?
Cantrips, it depends. They have either it's their casting time.
Oh,
Firebolt is an action to cast.
Oh yeah, so no then.
Okay, so that'll bring it to me. Cedar. So I kind of. So So what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna do an unarmed strike against his character. Oh no!
Anyone that has to do a saving throw in 10 feet of me gets a +1.
Plus 1. Oh, wait a minute. So
Oh,
actually,
allies.
that was
Allies.
that
Allies.
was exactly what TJ would have needed. So you are not charmed at all. This guy.
Yay!
So I will not waste.
Oh boy!
So you just oh shit, and then so I'm going to so close. Oh, so, you know what, Paladin, you're doing good work. Sky, help her out, and then I'm going to cast enlarge on both of you. By going to cast enlarge and twin it, and then so both of you are now enlarged. And then,
How many spaces do I take up?
I'm medium sized.
you are now large size, so you are grow into this area.
Well, look what we have here.
And so you each get to add an extra 1d4 damage to all attacks. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And yeah, that's kind of the benefits of being enlarged. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast... no, I'm going to save that. So... oh, wait, you have
move.
reach now, don't you? I
Do
don't.
I have reach as a...
So, yeah, because you're...
Yeah, you're large.
Yeah, with your large, so your reach becomes 10 feet.
Right, but I
Um,
can't move.
I don't want to move because I don't want to take the opportunity attack to break my concentration.
If you move, I can get in... Just start slapping the crap out of both of them.
Well, but if she hits me and I lose my concentration, both of you lose your enlarge.
Oh my...
You're fine.
Technically,
just
because
smacking
you're
the
so
crap out of
huge and a kobold's so small, you might actually just be able to get there and stand over the kobold.
The kobold's been enlarged to regular person size. They're both.
Yeah,
huge.
I'm medium actually.
Yeah, she's now regular dragonborn sized.
Yeah, you have enough that you could actually probably push past.
Yeah, you can definitely
good.
you can. Yeah, well, you can
So-
occupy the same space between us, just because you're freaking huge. Like,
Can I move? Can I move to occupy this general area?
yes, yeah. And then
Okay.
so that'll be my turn. Mr. Wonder Trundle. Bundle Trundle. That's
Yeah,
your
get
turn.
it right.
Sorry.
Get it
Wonder
right.
Trundle's just a magic combination of things.
So
It's hard to get out of
good.
my head.
So good.
Isn't it though?
Your turn.
The one that's already been hit.
She's looking rough already. She's been abused thoroughly by the. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's fine.
Yeah, that'll hit and that'll fucking. Oh yeah. Oh Molly, roll another d10. You do 2d10 for your firebolts because of your level. And then we'll go ahead and add the 17. Are you fucking rolling like a champion today? Jesus. And as she's like holding her wounds, you're like your brain just and it's this arcane knowledge that just occasionally just inspires you. You just see all of a sudden you just look and you see just it's almost like a glimmering like weakness on the head, and you fire at the same place that you saw Aerodac hit before, and you hit her in the exact same place, burning across the face and creating almost the exact same pattern. It's almost
Boots
as
to the
if
head.
you've absorbed some knowledge even in the short time you've been around these new people. And any bonus actions?
I don't think I have any.
Sky, you're up.
Right, I'm gonna. You said I have reach, so I can hit this. Or no, I can just move right here, right?
Yeah, you can. You're so big that you can you can occupy the same space as us because your feet aren't as big as a full person. So
Cool.
because
I
remember,
dig
we
it.
don't take up our entire 5-foot cube. We're not 5 feet across and everything. So
Gotcha.
yeah, you
okay,
can move
that's,
there, no problem.
that makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna hit this lady right here
What are you gonna hit her
with my rapier of wounding.
with? Or attack? Perfect. That hits. Roll damage and add a d4. So
1d4. And then that also gives her a wound.
oh, she won't need it. So that's exactly what you needed actually. So as your large form, you just and you pull back and you plunge the rapier in, and it just skewers her to the ground. Like you pin her to the ground, and she's just looking at you for a second, like. And she slides down. She slides down your rapier, and you pull it out of the wood, leaving her there.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the other one. Same.
And does not hit.
Is she flanked? Does that matter?
Oh, she is flanked. Yeah, that gives you advantage.
Yay.
That does it.
Yay!
Go and roll the damage for that.
So I'm also gonna drop a branding smite on her.
Roll it.
Do I do the damage for this first or?
Yeah, roll the damage for this, and then add a d4, and then do the smite. Jesus.
Then the smite.
I forgot to add my +2 for dueling.
Oh, go ahead and make sure.
Next round.
Shit.
It's okay. I give her some extra. She's dead now, so.
Oh yeah, I need to remember to do all that little paladin
Cell.
detailing shit.
And what's the saving throw on branding smite?
This is the attack deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage, which becomes visible. Blah blah blah. I don't see a DC on this.
Okay, I must be thinking of burning smite. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So, and as and then without even you were to stab her, the first one to the ground, and without even turning, you just make a giant cross up across her back, nearly cutting off one of her wings in the process, and she kind of like and she turns back to you. So Jonesy shares your turn order, so you can move.
Nope,
him
that's his
whenever
old
you want.
name.
Or sorry, yeah, that is his. Oh, wait, why the fuck is it his old?
Yeah. No, he's just gonna go invisible and fucking hide.
Perfect. So
He's
he
a
goes
fucking imp.
visible. And you just hear.
Sorry.
It's not my
okay,
fucking
so
problem.
It's not. I still have an attack, right?
You did 2 attacks.
Yeah, and then I can, as a bonus action, make an unarmed strike.
You are right, because you are Kensai. Yeah. Make your
Yeah,
unarmed strike,
Kensai.
and
But the branding smite was a bonus action.
that is true. Yeah. The branding smite took over your bonus
This
action.
is-
So. Go ahead.
Okay, and then how do I have to call out that I have Sentinel up, or?
No, Sentinel's always up. So if she tries to leave your sphere of influence, you automatically can use your reaction to attack her and stop her from going anywhere.
Okay.
Sentinel is a constantly active feat.
Cool.
All right, and that is going to bring us back to Razi.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
does I don't see the. Were they on the Torner order? The enemies? Were they on
Oh,
the
I
Torner
see what
order?
happened. Yeah, they were at the 20. Okay, so she'll go now. We'll just put her now because I deleted the one who was in it died. So she'll go ahead and go, and she's going to. You're popular tonight, Aerodak. She's going to grab your face and then pull it towards her. I need a Constitution saving throw.
So I can do a Sentinel attack against her, right?
Yeah, she's attacking one of your allies. You can make a Sentinel attack.
Bow.
15, exactly what you needed. That hits.
+4.
Yep, roll that d4. So another 11 damage.
And
coming
she has 2 wounds now.
Okay.
Oh no, she has 3 wounds. No, 2 wounds. Never mind.
Isn't it with every strike?
Yeah, but I killed the one and then I hit
Oh,
her
okay,
twice.
perfect.
She has 2.
Yeah, she has 2.
Useless for wounds. All right, and then can I get your Constitution saving throw, Molly?
See.
You are popular with the ladies tonight.
Had to happen
The
sometime,
one that I
bud.
don't want to kiss
Uh-huh.
me.
It's the blonde hair.
Had to fucking happen at
Oh,
some time,
God.
bud.
He's sad.
Okay, so
Oh.
She's gonna give your balls a
Well, I
tug.
rolled it with disadvantage, which I should, right? Anyway.
no,
Oh.
not disadvantage necessarily, but
Would have been a
the,
regular.
the first one is what you would have rolled first, so no worries there. Okay, so let's take a look and see how bad it's gonna be.
Oh, good.
32 psychic damage.
Did I mention that I have a -1 strength modifier? 'Cause
You
I
take
didn't mention that yet. Oh,
Oh,
am I dead? I'm dead.
you are
I'm knocked out.
You are unconscious.
Guys, I just got punched into oblivion.
Take a look.
Yeah, no, you're dead.
Christ,
Oh,
35?
Yeah, you have died.
I am.
My God.
What?
Well, I guess I won't be visiting Aaliyah tomorrow.
Do you not see the bottom where this target dies
Oh, I
and the
saw it,
effect
yeah.
reduces its hit points to a maximum of 0?
Yeah.
Jesus
Um,
Christ. 35? Try not to fucking drain anyone's fluids on your way through the parking lot.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry, let me check.
hang on, Hang on. Me? Am I close enough? Or
What's your aura range, dear?
That's what I'm looking.
10 feet?
No.
No. Shit.
You know,
Why couldn't you just let me get there first?
well, she didn't have a chance to do anything. Hold on.
Turn order. I could have just
No,
gone
it's
over
not.
there.
Technically, I should have had my elven armor equipped. That
Oh,
might have
wait a
helped,
minute! Wait a
and it
minute!
wasn't
This
for
is a
some-
type of charm. You're an elf. You get advantage on those, so you would have rolled a 19, so you would have taken half damage. Because you're a half elf. So you would have rolled that save with advantage because it was a charming sort of effect. So you would have rolled a 19, you would have taken half damage, so you are missing 19 points of health. Half elves. They're kick-ass.
Got punched into near unconsciousness.
Oh no, you got kissed into near unconsciousness as she, as you
Sorry.
guys see her pull her hand, or her hands to the side of Arodak's face, pull him close, and then give him a kiss, and you see almost all of the color drain, like as his hair, which has been illustrious, just kind of fall limp and kind of dull out, and his skin dull out as he kind of leans over. He's looking really fucked up by that.
Don't worry, bud. That happened on my first kiss too.
Just a thing that I remembered. I have +2 to my AC till the start of my next turn every time I make a
Any attack with your hand weapon?
unarmed strike.
Oh, unarmed
no, it's
strike,
just an
okay.
unarmed strike.
Okay, so not this round, but probably next round. All right, and then
I made an unarmed strike, so I have it now.
No,
No,
you
you used your
did
bonus,
your
you used
bonus.
your spite to use your
Branding
bonus
spite.
action, so you didn't make the unarmed
Oh,
strike.
right. I
Attacks.
gotcha.
Okay, so
Wait.
New characters, everybody.
new characters, always fun. Sorry, what were you gonna say? Erdak?
Oh, I don't know, because I don't know about prepared spells, and my character's not wearing the armor I picked out for him.
That's because I'm so sorry.
I don't know if it's because it didn't.
No, so you needed to pick one green, two greens or one blue. You chose a green and a blue. You needed
Oh.
So do you want the
Yeah, I
Elven
got
Chain or
Confused.
or do you want to add another green and keep the wand of the?
I'll probably add another green, and I'll pick that later. So
Okay.
never mind that. But I did prepare my spells or whatever that I should have had prepared.
Perfect. All right, so I will go and add
There.
those in the background here. Yay. Okay. Did you do them on D&D Beyond or in?
In D&D Beyond.
Perfect. Okay. So while this, go ahead and we are back to you, Razi.
Evil wench! I will smite thee!
Will you, little one? Better than you have tried.
Oh.
Shut up! I don't have a penis, you can't seduce me!
You'd be surprised. And then go ahead and make your attack.
Yeah, bud, you'd be surprised.
Rub the tires, figure it out.
Make the bean. Figure it out.
Tell a little oral history, figure it out.
Remix the record. Figure it out.
You guys are gonna kill me.
I threaten the imp with snapping him out of existence.
You telepathically. All right.
Alright, so
Roll your
I'm
attack.
going to attack twice.
Saying she needs to learn a little sign language, that's all.
Misses.
I flip him off.
That hits.
Nice.
Then did you? Okay, so you.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
All right. Perfect. So now she's hunter's marked. Oh shit! She needs to take her wound damage because you said she had two wounds
It's-
or one wound.
It's the beginning of her turn, I believe, right?
Yeah. Well, she
Is that
just
not
took
right?
her turn, so it was a 1d4.
Oh, it was for each.
Jesus.
Plus 2 damage because of my dueling.
Okay, so it's exactly what you needed. All right, so. Getting
Wait,
a
when
good-
did she die?
Oh yeah. So this was gonna be
Yeah,
like
plus
the
2
power
damage.
level measuring of you guys, and yeah, the power level's pretty good. All right, so and then
Wait,
so
when did she die? I'm still confused.
okay, so she took her wound damage, and then when the little paladin ran up, to, yeah,
She's-
oh Jesus
okay.
Christ, so Okay, so here's what happens. So the wounds took 8 damage off of her, and then Razi runs up, and then a bonus action marks her, hits her with the just a single, and she's like, she's like, you'd be surprised, and she leans down to like try to get into the kobold's face, and the kobold just looks up, and then one swift, just lops her head right off as she falls to the floor.
Nasty beastie!
And I lean over and I grab a hold of,
What's your name again?
We can't see you pointing.
looking over at Blondie.
Okay.
Oh, Aerodeck.
Odak! Hold still!
And I do lay on hands.
Thanks. How much do you want to heal him for?
I heal for 20.
Perfect.
Or-
so it'd be 19. That's what's missing.
18.
You think it'd be standard issue for us to have a couple healing potions?
We do. I'm in charge of them.
Okay. Wait, you don't think they'd trust me with them?
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's your first
30
investigation.
minus 19.
30 minus 19 is 11.
Okay.
Said wasn't good for practical skills. All right, perfect. So with that, as she hits the ground, and then you heal for 19 points, Aerodeck, and all of a sudden you're feeling much better. And you guys look at these. Go ahead.
I turn back to the succubus. I'm like, ooh, they have nice hair though. And I start cutting off some of their hair to hoard it for later.
You guys see
Thank
this
you,
insane little kobold just grab this head, pull it up, and then make one swipe and take off most of the hair, just holds the hair as the head hits the ground again, and she starts to wrap it up into this, and she starts to braid it into this nice little like braided like bracelet chain for safekeeping.
That's
I
fucking
look over to
absurd, bud.
I look over to Maraxidor. Is that illegal? Oh.
Fairly certain there's no law against the molestation of dead demon bodies. It's unsettling, but it's
Oh. Okay.
Waste not, what not?
I don't want any of that, but you are absolutely correct.
What do you want of?
I'm gonna go over to the bodies and just see if I can find any clues as to what the fuck is going on.
I'm
Good for
also going
dice,
to-
rituals.
I'll search whichever body he's not searching.
So,
Inks.
pick left or right and...
Oh, should search bodies. Evidence.
Sure.
Okay, so, and then, does anybody, who's investigating? I will assist your investigation, TJ, so that way you can manage.
That's better.
And then, Randall, go and,
Nope, I'm using one of the portent rolls.
oh shit, which one?
The lower one.
Okay, that was,
But my investigation's +4.
so 22 total?
Yep.
That's the lower one, guys! So you...
Investigation
I have no idea
Zero.
what's going on or what you're talking
No
about.
bullshit! I'm
Oh,
doing
wizard.
no bullshit!
That's wizard bullshit. Yeah. So as you see Wondertrundle, like all of a sudden you Trundle. You
There you go. That's why I did this.
as you
It's
go up
hard.
as you go up to the body, all of a sudden you're like there's like these pictures in your mind, and as all of a sudden it's just everything falling together. You're like, wait a minute, I have seen this. I've seen this before. And you're kind of going over it, your imp appears over your shoulder, and then it's just as you're looking, it's like, oh yes, I've seen this. Are you getting the ting? You are. And he's as you're looking over it, and you're looking kind of over the body, and as you're kind of going through you notice that while that most of the dress and everything had been absorbed into the body and probably been some sort of illusion or something. There are still some physical items, like you pull a leather pouch kind of off the body, which being headless makes it a lot easier. And then as you open up the satchel, and you see inside of it there's a bunch of papers and stuff. You kind of like start going through them, and it is a manuscript about the life of
Manuscripts that cut out.
a
Got it.
manuscript of, and it seems to be exactly what they said it would be, about the life of Bentham Warwick. The Duke.
Damp.
Is it all in a language I can read?
What is your language proficiencies?
Common, Gnomish, and you forgot to. One was Sylvan. And the
There we
other
go.
one was.
Elven, Gnomish, Sylvan, and Common.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, because this would be written in Common because they had to share it with the dude. It's not written in any demonic bullshit.
If it was, I could read it.
If it was, the imp could read it.
It's also true. All right. So but as you're
Why he's here?
yeah, as you're kind of going through it, you're noticing that it paints this picture of a man who was trying to find justice for the most people possible. Like a bit of it was about how he'd railed against previous systems in the city that had seemed to keep people and other people from accepting.
Roro,
others.
fight the power.
Exactly. Like he's kind of one of the. You see, he might have been a huge part of the movement that made Menestros into what it is today, the city of 1,000 languages and cultural hub. You see, he was definitely a big influence on that, and how he says how he's always shared his estate with the people, and of his yearly party that he would invite everybody who wanted to come to. He would provide for the entire whoever showed up, and usually half the city of Menestros showed up because they knew it was free and stuff, and even at some points you saw figures of into the thousands of gold for just a single day.
Deadpool, are we done with the fighting music?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Grazie. Thank you.
All right, and so those are the things that you find with your 22, and then Sky, as you were looking over the other body, so I was like, well, they are demons. Tell me exactly what you think of this, and he kind of points to it, and you see there are a bunch of scars on this one's body, and yes, yeah. So there's a bunch of there's scars where arrows had hit, and there's scars where cut, and then you see that as transformed into her normal self, there seems to be some lingering effects, and as you're trying to figure out what they are, roll an Arcana check for me. I will assist you, so you can do it.
Is that for me?
That's for TJ.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought you were still talking.
No, that was all for you.
Oh, fuck!
Okay, so as you're leaning over the body,
I'm the worst.
you're the worst. No, I'm just fucking with you. So as you're leaning over, you recognize there's a bunch of old wounds and scars over the body. There's
Yeah.
Okay, and then you see there's some like weird twisting of the limbs in a very strange way. And make an Arcana check, and I'm going to be assisting you, so do it at advantage.
I got a -1 Arcana, so
Good enough. All right, so and then as you're looking at it, you're like, second, I have a feeling that there is a is this a and then Maraxor nods. You get the idea that this is the effects of a poorly made shrinking potion where she didn't grow completely back into proportionate sizes all over. So she has her fingers are randomly smaller and bigger than the others. Her body's weirdly warped by the potion that she drank. Something for your main campaign of if one of you would have drank that shrinking potion.
That's what the bitch gets.
So and then you kind of are marketing you that she does have some weird scarring. And then you do remember there was a go and make a history check for me, because you would have been working the beat at this time.
History. Not my strongest subject.
Okay. You heard rumors about something. You vaguely remember something about, was it demonic? No, wait, no. They just thought it was demonic because of the fire. No, never mind.
Cool. It has some sort of shrinking potion, maybe? Does this look like an accident to you?
I actually got called to the scene. Headed. And as he says human, you're looking at the bodies and you notice that the traits aren't entirely demonic. Like, after cutting them down, they still maintain this like the body seems to be slowly filling back out into the shapes they had before, which is strange. You think, you're not sure. The imp on your shoulder, though. Well, that's that about. Why is she changing? And you also notice that the hair in your hand, as you're going through these things, Razi, is slowly turning back to the blonde. Kind of picking it up and looking at it.
Now this I don't understand. I thought, why would they change? I thought this was their, their natural form.
You know what? Actually, it was on we'd found a decapitated actor. The actor was the bartender.
It's on a decapitated act, and then it's
decapitated actor. No, it was a bartender.
Really? There for schmerz.
Fuck. Me in the Alps.
No, you were doing.
So,
you're doing fine. Brandon was being a dick.
You also all notice Wendell. I'm gonna call him Wendell now. Starts to
Wendell the Grendel Trendle.
Wendell the Grundle Troll. I know. Oh, so I did hear about this. We actually thought the person reported was lying, and
we actually thought the.
Oh my God!
You keep picking voices that go like low and quiet, and your mic does not pick that up.
Fucking higher shit. It's a different microphone than usual. That's the real bitch. Hold on.
It's not the mic. It's something with the fucking software.
Checking the mic. Yeah, you just have your tolerance set real high or something. I don't.
No, it must be real low. Hold on a second. All right. I'll look into that later. So I'm just gonna do, I guess, a slightly modified voice. I was on the this particular case. We'd found a decapitated bartender, and they told us he was a succubus, and we're trying to pass it off, but since he was clearly human, we actually put that Dragonborn who reported it away, thinking he had committed this murder. We might have to reopen that case.
I think so, yeah.
Well, this is interesting to know. Gonna have to send somebody.
Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, go ahead and rally everybody, kind of explain to them a little bit's going on. I'm going to send a message to our superiors, and then you see he goes over to the corner. He kind of puts his fingers to his head and starts to concentrate.
I turn around. Did you heard that, right? Sometimes he's not as quiet as he thinks he is.
You trying instant transmission over there?
He's got brain powers. I don't know.
Nasty succubuses.
Now, let's go around the warehouse and see if we can find anything, huh?
Yes.
Go
we find them.
Everybody roll investigation checks, and Maraxidor is going to... Let's see.
He's just sitting there thinking...
It's funny because it wouldn't work with sending because each beep is a word, and so it would be actually less efficient. All right, so as you guys are looking around, Aerodeck, you actually end up finding a sheet of paper, and this one is like a chest, but it doesn't seem to be locked. It looks like it'd been recently opened and then hastily closed. It's in this back corner where the blonde one was, and then as you're the one who nearly killed you, you open it, and as you're kind of sorting through it, you pull it up, and you see this. It's a parchment, and as you're kind of going through it and reading it, you realize that this is it's made to be a ritual. A ritual to cast true polymorph, and then as you're reading through that, since that's the most interesting thing to you, you kind of look over and you see diamonds, a vial of mercury, and then gum, and then this like sort of like tree sap, and then like a little bit of sage next to it. Go and roll an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what.
Can I see if I smell anything?
Sure. And you kind of lead your nose into the air, and you start smelling. You're like, and then it smells. You can still just smell the awfulness of these terrible.
Perception or
Yeah, perception.
still in... Okay.
Wait, didn't you roll perception already?
No, I rolled investigation because you wanted everybody to do an investigation.
No, the
Why
one.
does it say
Why does it say
perception?
perception?
Oh, that was Zahir.
Oh, Zahir. Oh, I see what you did. Okay. Yeah, so as you and Zahir just started like kind of sniffing around, like you see Zahir kind of starts sniffing, he kind of starts nudging a thing, and then as he kind of like falls over, you see that the barrel kind of falls over, and he kind of like nudges at the lid and starts to like paw at it, and as you're smelling around, you can smell what he's smelling. There's some dried fish inside of there. He's trying to get it open. And then as you're kind of going through you just smell it, like you smell weird things, stuff that you don't recognize, but mostly like food and things, nothing outside of the ordinary. Aerodak, as you're looking at this, you have the scroll, and you're not sure exactly. It does, since you're not familiar with the spell, it is super hard for you to concentrate and bring the arcane runes into meaning as any written spell. Like you're trying to, and it's just kind of kaleidoscoping as you're trying to look at it. You can make out the word polymorph, but you're not exactly sure what the rest says. That's it. So if you want to tell everyone or not, I do. Molly, are you there?
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just double check it.
Yeah.
What you got over there, bud?
You find something, pretty one?
Whoa. That's awfully forward.
Oh, you're just pretty.
I did. Come look at it.
I head over and take a look.
Oh,
So we have. And
I like
I wish I
this
could
light.
read. I mean, they're pretty rooms. They're kind of like hieroglyphs.
they.
They're not pretty like Egyptian hieroglyphs, but pretty.
I mean, they certainly are. Do you mind if I take a look?
Not at all.
Actually, you might have experience with this, Mr. Wundle Trundle, and he kind of hands you it first to look at.
All right, bud. Is it a language that I recognize?
You noted that it's written in magical. It's similar to when you look at your book, with the same kaleidoscoping of things moving around, and it's hard to focus on, and it just generally doesn't want you to look at it. Go ahead and make an Arcana check to see if you can. Yeah, that's enough. And
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Much better than what I rolled.
Yeah.
And then, so as you're looking at it, you're like, you suddenly you're like, you know that you can force your will sometimes onto the page and make it make sense, and you just kind of buckle down and you start, and you almost like bring your finger to push the letters into place as you're reading, and then it describes this ritual. The ritual is to cast True Polymorph. A spell, and then it describes a spell that can permanently change the shape of somebody or something. And it can change even things as much as like inanimate objects into becoming an alive creature. And if not dispelled within an hour, the spell becomes permanent until dispelled.
This is fucking strong.
And
This is fucking strong, bud.
as you're reading it, you see the things required are diamonds worth 2,500 gold, mercury.
Whoa.
I'm ignoring that for the moment, and I'm taking out my book.
Perfect.
And I'm just flipping through to the pages that I cannot fucking read.
Okay, perfect. And then, so as you're flipping it, and as you get closer to the back of the book, all of a sudden you're seeing like it starts to swim in the same weird, floaty pattern, and then
While he's doing that, I reach in awkwardly and gather up the diamonds and tree sap and all of that.
So you
Is
just want to grab
evidence.
it's in a small chest. You just want to grab and close
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
chest.
Small chest.
Alright,
Oh,
let's,
we've been
go ahead and write.
meeting this for evidence.
Go ahead and write chest.
Just.
Diamond with diamonds. Vial of silver liquid.
Oh, shinies.
Tree sap ? And then
I'm sorry, like we don't know that the liquid is
He hasn't-
mercury?
he hasn't told us yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, diamonds, vial of silver liquid, tree sap.
Tree sap ? And then bundled make. Yeah, you would know this. Just a bundle of sage. That's pretty common.
Yeah.
And then, so as you're trying to match it to your spell book and trying to make it make sense, you get the idea that it's similar and you could almost translate it, but you do know that you would need something to bind the characters in places. Even as you look back, they're starting to swim again. You get the idea if you had the right amount of ink and time and gold, you could probably use this to translate that particular page in your book.
Fuck, bud.
Holy shit!
It's fuck, bud.
Fuck, bud. That's some heavy shit, bud.
Have you ever wanted to turn like I don't know that fucking box there into a person?
I'm
I turn box into
sorry?
person.
Because you could do that with this.
Something seems wrong about that.
Huh.
It's a high level spell, bud. Very, very high level spell, bud.
Really?
That piece of paper lets you do that?
Along with what is this? Diamonds. I just start listing the components.
Perfect. Then so you can.
Oh,
add
do you
the-
think this is mercury? Silver vial.
You'd gather that it's mercury. There's
That
as
makes sense,
okay.
bud.
even US guy would know that was mercury once he said mercury. Like, oh, I don't even have to bother taking this to anybody. You were gonna take it to somebody to verify, but now you can make that leap easily.
And I missed it. Did he say the tree sap was something else?
Yeah,
I was just listing. the
yeah.
entire
So
thing.
he, you know that it's the gum from the Arabic tree. Arabic? I don't know how to say it.
Arabic.
And then it is sage, and the sage is used for smoke in the ceremony. He says.
Gotcha. I waved my partner over.
Yeah, thanks. Yes. Thank.
So I mean, if you take a look in here, this chest has everything. Spell. It's possible that they are planning some sort of basement, maybe.
Sort of, to replace them.
I would not be surprised if either they maybe haven't done it yet, or maybe they were planning on doing it. I'm not 100% sure.
Why would anybody want to kill the? Look at this. This is a storehouse. What I gather for a single body.
Keeper with their bullshit. You know, they're always after something. Also,
Yeah.
look at the marks on the woman here. There's some sort of shrinking. That could have been a failed polymorph, maybe.
Maybe they attempted
Maybe.
it on her first. No, that is-
Exactly.
Yes, I can
maybe-
see it.
That's something. No?
Hopefully, we can figure this out. I know motive isn't necessarily the main thing we need, but I do like to know why. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight.
Okay.
Woo! All right. So, you guys are
Uh,
way stronger than I was anticipating.
I was actually going to do one real quick thing.
Sure, what do you want to do?
I was
I
going to
like
have
to
the imp
shine.
try to grab the scroll and disappear.
Okay,
Which
you,
scroll?
you order the and you're the one holding it, so
I'm not saying I'm ordering it, but I'm
What
letting
scroll?
it happen.
the scroll for true polymorph. All right, so
Like, we're the
okay.
cops. We're gonna like look for that, right? Like, we know that it was there. He
Yeah.
just read it to us, right?
Yeah, and then so the imp kind of grabs it and goes invisible, and then so we come back and for the
Maybe
sake of
perception,
playing it out.
insight, anything.
Well, we know it's there, so we'll have to take that scroll into evidence. I have it, please.
Fucking imp took it.
Well, he better, in his words, figure it out. Turn it.
Yeah, he better fucking figure it out.
You seem to have a suggestion power over him. Do you mind?
Get the fuck out here, bud.
This is valuable, bud. It's part of your fucking deal, bud.
What is this?
And you force him into you.
I'm pretty sure that one was telepathic.
Yeah, that was telepathic back to you. Yeah.
We'll get it later, bud. Come on.
Fine, you're the boss for now. And then and he only says that psychically ever. And then he reappears and kind of holds out the scroll. Maraxidor takes it. Go ahead and put this in the chest. And
Okay.
and
do you need all the shinies?
unfortunately, we do. You wouldn't happen to have a lock or something in your junk pile I could buy off of, or your treasure pile that I could buy off of?
Wait. Zahir, come here!
All right. Yes, and he follows you over.
And I go to my cart and shit.
Sorry, you cut out right there. What'd you say?
I look for all my shit, and yes, I do have a lock.
Perfect.
Nice.
And
And yes, you can have it.
excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. How much do I owe you? A shiny for a shiny.
Ooh, you give me shiny?
Sure.
Diamond shiny?
Probably not diamond, as I have to keep those. But you know what? He reaches into his pockets and he pulls out one of the smaller. It's a badge like ours, and he kind of like puts it onto your armor. That should be for now. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Did you just deputize her?
I just deputized the
I have a
one
badge!
who warned us about this imminent demonic threat.
And
now-
it's just bad.
Now
I
you're
have
only deputized. You're only deputized.
bad.
Yes, it is. And remember,
I take it back. This is the greatest thing we've ever done.
I cannot argue. And then he goes and he locks the chest and then takes the key and.
Hey, bud.
I'm a hero.
When we're done, can I speak to you about that scroll later?
Of course, yeah. This is just for now. Well, with your services in defeating these two, I don't see any reason I couldn't talk somebody into to reward services.
Ooh,
That
a
sounds
drow,
fantastic,
a
bud.
tiefling, and a kobold walk into a bar. That's a good one.
What's the punchline?
I don't know yet.
Very well. All right, and that's what we'll go ahead and end. It's beautiful. Oh my god, I'm so glad for that last 3 minutes. Okay.
Sometimes you just need that little bit of extra.
You know what? That was way better. All right, so we'll go ahead and stop the stream here. Thanks for everybody for watching, and we'll come back next time for the Mystery in Menestros. So we'll be continuing this next week.
time.
Next time.
Mystery in Menestros.